All right, well, hello. Why, hello, and welcome back to another live stream. I'm your hosting guide, Zollin Ironshield, and today we're gonna hang out. We're gonna start the new season of Rise to War, and very specially, we are going to answer any questions anyone's got about Lord of the Rings stuff. So basically, we're gonna have fun, hang out, and talk about Lord of the Rings stuff while I play this, because this game isn't very intensive. It's really fun, and I like the first few hours because you kind of just get to build stuff up in the game, but I get lots of free time to be able to focus and talk to you guys too. So that's what we're gonna turn the stream into today. Welcome everybody, welcome. Hope you're all having a great and wonderful day in Middle Earth. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you do like Lord of the Rings content or Rise to War stuff. And we are going to be doing lots of cool things. All right, here we go. I think I have the right, I want to have the right account. I might have just logged in the wrong account, but that's okay. I have my alt account too, which we are going to choose. I'm probably going to play. So the little thing happened. I'll make a video about it later on, but it doesn't really matter too much right now. Yeah, this is not actually technically the right one, even though this is gorgeous. Is there music on? There is music on. Is it turned up loud enough for you to hear it? It is. Okay. All right. Well, no worries there. Well, we're here in Bag End. Welcome, welcome. Hello, welcome to the stream. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun today. Again, I found a couple more settings for my, I use the LD player to play this phone game on the computer when I record for you guys, or I record it on the phone. But this is my setup for the computer. I was able to get it a little bit higher definition, higher quality. So I actually was able to go into the settings on this app and put it to 2K, which is cool that the game has the quality to be able to play at that. It's a little, like, the menus look very clean. The game itself can look a little bit still sometimes because it's designed for a phone, obviously. All right, so now, just to let everyone know, I was planning on doing a different campaign this season. I'm gonna do a video about it, but basically what happened is at the end of the seasons, there is a thing where it allows you to basically join with your fellowship again automatically, right? Normally there's a yes or no. Would you like to go with your fellowship? That kind of thing, right? I never clicked anything because I wasn't here. I was gone for a week. It automatically said yes. And rejoined you, which basically locks you in for several months of real time. So, as you can tell, I was a little bit disappointed about it. I was like, well, that's a really big oversight on the creative, because I knew that was a feature that you can sign up with your group, but I didn't know it would automatically say yes. So the big problem there is it should never automatically say yes. You should have to say yes, and if you don't say anything, it automatically is no, and you get put in Bag End. So that's all right. I'm gonna do a whole video about that later, but we're gonna go ahead and just start the season. I'm kind of stuck doing the Gundabad one. I'm gonna join my friends here. At least I get to play with my friends from the Banana group again. I don't know if they named their thing the same. So they picked Gundabad. Again, one of my weak points, I don't really like to play the evil side because I don't really have any evil commanders that I'm focused on too hard, except for like the Witch King I have a little bit. But here we go. Starting. Hello, welcome. Oh, very cool. Very cool, very cool. Hello, welcome to the stream. All right, so some cool animations here. I've actually really been enjoying this game. I think they're doing a good job. So, as phone games go, I've probably tried like 10 phone games in the last year, and this is the only one that I've really like enjoyed playing. Even they're like little things, they're little mini games or animations like this. Pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. All right, we're here. In Search of Power. Now, again, I'm behind. This season already started. All right, guys. So I didn't have time to start. I wasn't expecting to start. I didn't know it was going to automatically, when I was gone that week, put me in the new season. There's a whole lot of... I didn't know this was going to happen. So that's okay, though. We're going to have fun anyway and play the game. And my alt account, I'm also going to join another group, too. So here we go. Starting level 1 stuff. Think. All right. First thing I always tell every season, don't levy your gold, guys. Right off the bat. You want to immediately go in here and start following your chapters, your quests, okay? If you're a new player. If you're not, you know this. Anyone got Lord of the Rings questions, we will start talking some Lord of the Rings stuff. We don't have to, it doesn't have to be about Rise of War. It could be anything Tolkien. I just thought we'll just hang out and talk. Sorry, I have ice in my mouth. It's kind of hot today, so I'm like trying to stay cool. You guys are like, you sound like you have marbles in your mouth. Well, it's ice, but... Alright, so... Not happy, Bob, about starting as Gundabad. I can tell you that. Not happy. That's an Incredibles reference. Have you guys seen The Incredibles? It was Pixar, right? Originally? Not happy, Bob. Not happy. And then he throws him through the wall. Alright, let's see here. Upgrade that, upgrade that. Perfect. Oh, I'm gonna turn on the dog cam for you guys because Brody is here. Yes, I know, it's just his feet and tail. He's chilling because that's the AC on the wall back there. And hopefully it's not too loud. I tried to balance the sound so it's not too loud. It's really loud for me, but hopefully you guys, it's not too loud. Though, I mean, we're up here in the frozen Northlands. Oh, look at that. My team has already taken 3 things, though. It's only been like, I think it's been like barely a week, so good for them. My big problem right now is that I'm going to be so behind because everyone's taking all the tiles. So I'm just going to be like surviving off 60 and 90 tiles for the next like 3 weeks. I know it. Who knows? Maybe some of my friends will give me some, give me a 200-300 tile to catch up on. We'll see. We'll see. I'll ask them. I'm sure they'd throw me a 300 tile somewhere. Help me out. Oh! You guys! Our free daily roll. We just got a letter. We can check the leaderboards. Absolutely. Oh, dude. Not a bad start. All right. Definitely sweet. Now, again, I don't really play the bad side, so as much. Sweet. Oh, whoa. This person is a little scary. I love their made-up characters, like their made-up commanders. I think they're all really cool in the Rise of War. I think they did a really good job with that. All right, well, let's do one more roll. Oh, that was cool. That was a cool start to our stream. And then, here we go. Let me just do this daily thing, get this free little gems. Explore. Find well. All right, there's no reason for the elves of Mirkwood to turn down an invitation from the elf friend. We will be there on time bearing gifts. Ah, they can give me my gems. Okay. Let's see. Let's look at the leaderboards. We were just asked to look at the leaderboards. Here's what we got. Wow. Okay, Isengard. Was not expecting to see Isengard in the top 4 spots there. Personal ring power. All right, some of our Gundabad. Sweet. Gundabad. Whoa, this game is just Isengard and Gundabad. I see. Okay, we got 1 Erebor. We got 1 of the Varangs. I'm saying that right. 1 of the runes. I still don't know if I'm saying that right. Gosh, it's all Gundabad and Isengard. What is this? This map's gonna be so freaking weird. Oh man. Well, I guess we'll find out later on. But what about the rankings of the production? Varangs, Isengard, Gundabad, Isengard, Rune, Erebor, same people. Again, Isengard, Gundabad, Varangs. Okay, this is a very evil server. There's a lot of dwarves, though. There's some dwarf players. Okay. Oh, there's some Rohan players. Okay. Okay, interesting. Interesting to see a lot of Isengard and Rohan. Is Gundabad Angmar? That's a good question. It is not in this game. So Angmar is this faction. It's this pinkish purple, and Gundabad is this darker purple. And what they're kind of doing is they're splitting it like Karn Doom, like Witch King of Angmar, right? We hear about all that in the Lord of the Rings online and stuff, and it's a history of the story. And Gundabad is more of the orc faction in this. Again, the only thing I don't like about Rise to War is that one thing it's not telling you is Gundabad is actually technically the capital of the original dwarf location, but the orcs basically own Gundabad, right, for thousands of years. So it makes sense for Rise to War. Oh, no. I know. Yeah, I know. I miss them, too. Yeah, Waltz. I know. In fact, I talked to that person the other day in Discord. They had little busy life things happening. Good things. They were positive things. But, like kids and stuff. So, they just couldn't have enough time, which I totally understand. This game takes some time. And obviously, I commit more time to this game than probably the average player, just because I do it with you guys on streams and videos and things like that, too. Of course, I hop on occasionally and play on the side, but I should be taking tiles right now. So, I probably should start with an evil commander taking tiles. This guy is actually, I think I had this guy rank 8. Okay, so I could use Gorebag as kind of my, like, starting hero here. Let's see, what can I give him? Commander might, I guess we'll give him this. All right, again, I'm no expert. I was not expecting to play on this side. There we go, okay. Orc damage has it, okay, 30% chance to, okay. I've got to remind myself of this character. I didn't use him all last season, so this middle one is good for making your orc survive, but I think I want this one because enemies, I want to have this for taking tiles. The stun. The stun is always good for taking tiles. Let's see, how many can I get in there? Alright. Alright, not bad. Okay. What is this one? Inflict bleed. I'll throw in a bleed there. Alright, there we go. So we'll have him, and then we'll be using the Witch King probably. Let's see, where's my Witch King stuff here? On the Witch King, I normally give him this, so I'm gonna swap that over to him from Dane right now. And let's see, I want speed and stuff. This. Again, I'm over here fighting. I guess I'm gonna give him, yeah, there we go. I want him to have that. Okay, there we go. And let's see, can I get him enough stuff early so he can help take tiles? All right, enemy commander, I want black captain, yes. Which gives initiative too. There we go. I want that initiative buff. All right, there we go. Let's use them. Here we go. Again, I did not want to be doing this, but being in this faction, I'm happy to play with my friends again from last season, from the Banana Group, but I did not want to play Gundabad ever again. I played it once, and I never want to play Gundabad again because I focus so much on dwarves that starting out is really hard. Where are my commanders? And also, I still can't believe they haven't added my idea of the filters. I've been talking about it for 4 seasons. Better filters. I'm glad they added level and performance, but add the ones like, you know, that you can set up, like favorites, and you can put little stars early. Like, it would be so nice, you know? Undead. There, Witch King. Okay. Ta-da! All right, there we go. We'll put some guys in there. Can I go straight for? I can go straight for 15, right? Yeah, I can. All right, and then that is nice that I don't have to go for level 1s immediately, though. And then I need an orc commander. My orcs. Where is he? There he is. All right, get this guy out in the battlefield. Have him take this one. All right, there we go. Chapter 1 completed. Yes, okay, chapter 2. There we go. I was going to play with fire this season, actually. And then the game automatically decided I wasn't going to by immediately putting me to another game. And again, so how it works, I'll say it one more time, and I won't say this anymore about this, because I'm going to make a video about it, is that at the end of the season, when you're in a fellowship or a team, a little thing pops down, and it says, yes or no, would you like to join them to be signed up for the next thing that they choose, right? The next faction, and whatever the thing is. And it says yes or no. Well, I wasn't here. So instead of being the normal thing, which this would have been the logical way to program it, if someone doesn't answer, it puts you into bag end and says no and removes you from the group. And that's sad. I'm sorry if someone's AFK and that happens. That's how it goes, right? You get put into bag end, and then you can decide who to join next when you come back. If you're AFK, away from your game. It automatically put yes, which then locked me in for at least 2 months for this campaign. At least 2 months of real time, right? So now I can't use my account with another group that I was planning on using it with. Right? So it's a little bit frustrating, but again, I'm not totally mad. I'm just a little bit sad at the oversight of the programmers of the game. Again, I really like what they've done, and I really like the game. Oh wow, I took a lot of damage from taking that towel. But that was a little bit of a rough one, honestly, for me. I was like, ooh, that's not how you do that. If someone's not there, it should automatically put you in bag end. That makes sense. That's common sense there. But that's how it goes. Or here's another thing to give them an out, okay? Or you program it to have an option that doesn't automatically go on, but an option that you can click every time this comes up, automatically join me in with my fellowship, right? Like a setting option, right? Like what happened to me. So like that's an option to turn on, but it doesn't automatically turn on with an update, right? It doesn't just turn on with an update. It should always be default. You get put in bag end, right? That's just how it always should work. It's like a simple game mechanic, right? That's not just a phone game mechanic. That should be any kind of mechanic for any video game. If someone's not there, that's just how it goes, right? They take a break. Yeah, I should go for Lurts. I have the armor for Lurts, dude. But do I even own Lurts? I think... Yeah, I do. I don't have him yet, though, technically. He's not respect. So if I get his letters, maybe I'll use him. But yeah, he's pretty strong. He's a pretty strong commander. That'd be fun. Is this Fallout 76? I don't know. It doesn't look like Fallout to me, Elvin. You guys got any Lord of the Rings questions? So, and tomorrow we're gonna do another stream too, guys. We're gonna do some Lotro, and I think we're gonna do something different than our exploring stuff. We might do exploring. We'll see. My dog, just his tail and legs. He's so thoroughly enjoying the AC back there. Yeah, so we will do some stuff tomorrow too with Lotro. I think we may just end up doing a kinship battle. We'll see. Or we'll do more exploring. Everyone really was enjoying the exploring, and we have not explored even half of the world, so maybe we'll do more. All right, level chapter 2. Cool. All right, let's see. How close are we? Let's upgrade those. Upgrade the northern quarters. What? I can't upgrade my northern quarters. Or should I say, like New York, quarter? I don't know. I can't do that very good. My grandma was from New York, so she could say that pretty good. All right. Was it New York? I don't know if she lived there very long though. I know her family came through, like, you know, Ellis Island kind of stuff. Maybe she didn't live there very long. I don't know. I might be thinking of something different. All right. Did Legolas win the poll? Oh, yeah, let me look. Are you talking about the one between him and Elrond sparring? I feel like that people are going to give it to Legolas just because more people know who Legolas is, like, generally, compared to, like, maybe more hardcore. Let's see. No, he did not. Which, honestly, I'm not totally against. So there's 151 votes, and it says who would win in a sparring duel. It says Elrond was 74%. So there's your answer, Elvin. Elrond beats Legolas, which is very interesting. Now, granted, I put a picture of classic Elrond from the Lord of the Rings movies, right? The actor. So that may have something to do with it. I'd be curious to do that same poll and put a picture of the Ring of Power actor of Elrond. I'd just be curious to see if there's like a bias there. I don't know. I feel like most people would overlook it and just think Elrond the character from the book and still just vote for Elrond. But I feel like there'd be a slight difference in percents there. What do you think? Thanks, Waltz. Yeah. Yeah, it's always fun playing with you too, my friend. It's been really nice. It's been so fun to make so many friends on Rise to War. I do like the community of Rise to War. And again, as much as I kind of was ragging on their auto placing me into this campaign, they do a pretty good job with the game overall. Like, I still feel like even if you're a free-to-play player, you can enjoy yourself. Like, yeah, granted, are you going to be super, super, super competitive? It depends on if you're playing constantly, you've been playing for many seasons, then you probably still be competitive. But if you're like a brand new player, you're gonna need to be in a group to be like, do stuff. Like, you can still do stuff. I have videos on like, what can you do to help? Like, I just made one a few weeks ago on that. The big ones is like literally being active and taking tiles. You can really slow down a player who has all this, you know, strong characters, but they only have so much stamina on those characters. So if you have 5 free-to-play players who are just running circles around them taking tiles, they won't be able to do anything. So unless they methodically take the tile, it slows them way down, right? So then if you have higher level players that are stronger too, they can help you out, kind of thing. When are the real hobbits coming out in the Lord of the Rings? That is a good question. I don't know if they've actually given us a date. I'm pretty sure it's pretty soon. I know that they're in the beta. If you play the Lord of the Rings Online beta, I've not signed up for the beta server on the Lord of the Rings Online personally. Why does he keep going back? Do I have him on? I have him on take tile, go back to base, I think, which is not what I should have him on. That's a good question. I don't actually know when they're going to do that right now. I do want to unlock something here real quick though, so don't worry, I will stay here, but my display is going to go away for a second. I just want my 30-day builder thing, which I do think is a reasonable thing in this game. Gives them a few dollars to support the game, and I think it's something reasonable. There we go. All right, back we are. Yeah, I will let you guys know immediately when I know. I'll probably post it in Discord. If you guys aren't in Discord, I have a link right down there. It's good for a week. My dog's moving around. Oh my gosh, she moved. It's like watching an animal at the zoo. It's like, oh my gosh, they're moving. They're not sleeping. But yeah, I will definitely let you guys know immediately when I know more details. I could look it up. I'm curious if they've already said something on the lotro.com about it with the river hobbits. So if you guys don't know, river hobbits are a new race they're adding in the Lord of the Rings Online. I'm hoping they're not too copy and paste. I'm pretty sure that right now the beta one was kind of copy and paste, like looking small human version. But they said, I heard from someone I was watching, they said that basically they're not done yet. They are going to have their own animations and everything, which obviously it needs, obviously, right? So it'll be cool. It'll be cool indeed. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I did have her turn after the bout. No, I have not. That is very cool, Gamborg. I'm gonna look it up right now. You said, so United Cutlery? A Faramir sword, huh? That's something we're gonna have to get in review, if that is the case. Let's see here. Sword of Faramir, huh? Ooh. Ooh! Thank you. Nicholas, thank you for letting us know. Oh, wow, that's really pricey on there. Usually it's a lot more pricey in United Cutlery than anywhere else. But, yeah. In stock, yes, that is very cool. Very cool. I want to see that compared to the movie. You know, I don't really remember his sword very much in the movie. Maybe they don't show it too much, do they? They show him fighting, but they don't like show any, like, I can think of close-up shots of Faramir's sword in the movie, do they? They really don't. I'm sure there's one or two here or there, but because, like, you remember Boromir's sword, right? You remember some of the close-ups of those. That is very cool. Well, thanks for letting me know. We'll have to get this and review it on the channel later on. Oh wow! I actually did not win that. Uh oh! My guy did not win that at all. All right, I need to be able to build more units here. It just launched today, yeah. I know, it's the worst, but I probably go on Amazon. It's probably like way cheaper. Everyone's like, Again, that's the thing with Amazon, right? Because like sometimes it's like cringe because it's like with certain things, but at the same time, like other things, man, I mean, I'll say their return policy is really good. I've never had any problems. So, yeah. They do some things right. Oh, it's on bulk? Okay. Yeah. It could, again, I think a lot of times it's more expensive on United Cutlery, and I don't know why that is, but that just seems to be the case. Yeah, that usually seems to be the case. I think they sell it for more than they sell it for less through other things. I see. I'm eating chili taco chips. There's a Sword of Faramir magic card. So when I looked it up on Amazon, that's what first came up. Like, that's not what I want. Yeah, I don't even think it's being sold there yet. All right, let's keep taking things here. Oh wow, I actually am out of troops already. It's because I'm trying to take a 30 tile over here. Can I even take it? Yeah, I can. All right, let's build that. Yeah, that's pretty cool, though. That's a pretty cool sword there, my friend. Thank you for letting us know. This is the best part about doing live streams, right? I can get all this knowledge from all my subscribers. I try to keep up on things, but it's really nice when like one person sees it and says something. I'm like, all right, well. All right, well, you guys just keep liking, subscribing, and sharing so I can afford to have extra to get that sword. We'll have to get it over the next few weeks, maybe. We'll see, and I'll cover it. I need to cover more of my other stuff. It's really hard to make the videos. I enjoy making them a lot, but like making the review videos, because I have to think a lot more about the other jobs of, you know, lighting, recording in certain ways, making sure the sound's good. I don't have it all set up ahead of time on the computer like I do here. Excuse me. For that, like on the computer. Computer's all set up. All right. Continue building that. All right, sweet. We took a 30 tile. Heck yeah. All right, where are we at here? Scout lair. That's all I got to do for that one. All right, I need to put points in there, leveling up here. All right, so pretty much I'm just gonna use the Witch King and Gorbag, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get to the point where I can level up. I could probably try to use. I don't have her technically yet, even though this character is really too strong. This character is way too strong right now in the game. She's been too strong for like 3 seasons. She's suddenly like, she has like no real counters. She like Gilgalad's okay against her and like 1 or 2 other people, but like she doesn't get destroyed by anybody, but she destroys like 80% of commanders. It's ridiculous. Both sides. All right. Oh, well, look at this. It's daytime in the game now. Unstoppable Conquest. Oh, cool. We get, like... We get stuff for it. That's kind of cool. Middle-earth Turbulence. What? Join a warband. I mean, I am in a warband. Oh, wait. Oh, I see. I see. It's a reward for joining a warband later. Well, I should be able to join that pretty soon here. Like, in the next few minutes, once I get my war room going. In 5 minutes, actually. And I can join my friends over in, I don't know, are they banana? I don't even, wait, do we even look at the, we didn't look at the warbands. Drop, oh, wow, look at that. Okay, well, that's cool. All right, our ring is level 2. Kind of a cool looking ring, actually. I like it. All right. Let's see. I'll use that one. There we go. All right, chapter 3 completed. Oh, anyone got any Lord of the Rings questions for me, though? Besides that, by the way, we are going to do an opening of, I'm going to do a couple of the magic cards. I may have to talk about a few things. But we're going to try to stay really positive otherwise. They actually are pretty cool. A lot of them are pretty cool. There's only 1 or 2 that are kind of like eye-raising for me. Aha! Rings! Alright. Sweet. We got up there real quick with the room here. So what I want to do is I want to level up as quick as possible and try to get to my... I need to get to this. Level 5 main hall. Like, I really got to get to those. So I'm being stopped right now by... Yeah, I really need, I need that hall level 3. Something fierce. Alright, let me continue conscripting more troops here. Aha, scouts and their war grinders. The wind in the background. And normally, I was thinking of doing this one. My dog is like totally hiding from the dog cam. He's like way over there. You can see his tail. I was planning on doing, I was almost just going to play this Rise of War start by myself, but I was like, it's a time I can hang out with you guys and talk about Lord of the Rings stuff, so let's just do a stream. Oh wow, look at all the stuff you can spend money on. I'm not going to spend money on like any of this. I'm very happy with where my account is, so I like occasionally will buy something like you saw like $2 or $3 every so often, but I'm very happy with the armor and gear I have. It's enough for me to have a couple commanders, so I'm good. I'm good. I'm goon to bad. That was really bad. All right. And honestly, I think the Rise of War game, personally for me, has gotten better in the last few seasons, what they've done. I know a lot of... Oh, look, there's a dog. He's alive. No, of course he's alive. I'm just kidding. Brody? Well, hello. Come on. What? What? What you doing, dog? He wants something. There he is, the dog cam, guys. Good boy. You want out? He's like, okay, I'm nice and cool now because I've been in the AC for an hour, and now I want to go out and see where Sandy is. He's such a big dog. I know you can't, like the way the cameras are, you can't tell, but he's a really big dog. Cool. Hey, he's a good boy. Anyway, there, you got to see the dog a little bit, guys. Brody wants attention. Yes, exactly. Just wants some attention. Poor boar. He's like, give me pets. Yeah, he just wants pets. That's all. He just wants some pets. What a good dog. We need to cut his fur a little shorter here so he could get some, so he could get a little cooler, and he had some mats. So we kept him like, my sister kept him like a big fluffy like lion mane right here on his neck and stuff. She like trimmed him so he could be a little cooler. He likes it. I could tell he's very happy about it. He just gets way too hot. He's designed for snow and cold. He's not really designed for the warm weather. he's got his little panda spots though, and so when his fur grows out, it gets a little darker than this. It's a little bit when it's mixed closer, it looks a little more gray, but when it's when he grows it out, it looks a little more black. So he gets more of that panda look. That's why I still call him the panda dog. You know, definitely, I think he looked the most like a panda when he was a baby dog, but I still think he looks like a panda. You want out? Did you hear him? I think he wants out. I'm gonna go ahead and let him out. I'm gonna deactivate that for a minute. I'm just gonna let him out, and then we'll keep doing stuff here and talking. Well, it's doing pretty good. Well, I already talked about it with the season, but I kind of got dragged into a season because I was gone, and it auto put me into a season, which I was surprised that was a thing that it does. But besides that, yeah, it's going good. Everything's going good. I'm doing a lot better this last since the live stream. I usually don't like to date things at times, but you might hear my voice a little bit. I got pretty sick the last 2 or 3 weeks. But I'm doing good now, so I'm feeling a lot better. Who knows what it is? Who cares, honestly? As long as I'm getting better, that's all I care about. But yeah, overall, my dog in the background. Okay, I'll let him out. One second. Brody? Brody? You want out, Brody? Alright, I should go. Such a silly dog. Alright. Yeah, so anyway, going pretty good. Everything's going pretty good. Season, I'm a little late to start this season on Rise to War, but hopefully it'll be okay. I'm here. Alright, so I'm going to get an invite to the Fellowship. And no matter when you start, don't forget you get this bonus for 24 hours, which is really nice. So use it. Definitely got to use it. Alright, gotta look for other 15 tiles here. It actually is going to be pretty easy for me to do 15 tiles since I'm in a faction. because, yeah, everyone took all the tiles already, so I'm going to be really behind in that. But all the low-level tiles, I can just hop to any 15s I want, probably, because they're going to be connected to everything. So that's nice. Another really good question, my friend. I literally keep double-checking constantly, and they have yet to release it. They just keep saying, releases in 2023. And I'm like, well, I hope it doesn't turn into 2024, because I'm going to be really sad, because I want to play Return to Moria. We will most definitely doing videos and live streams and hanging out playing that Return to Moria game. And it is up to 8 players, so at the beginning I'm going to be doing solo. But if people get it and it's really fun and stuff, I will definitely do things where we'll do kind of like our kinship or our channel here, and we can try to get people in and take turns and do things together and stuff. I'll figure out how that will work out later, especially if we have more than 8 people wanting to do that, which we might, because depending on how popular the game is. We'll make it fun, though. We might make several groups, you know, kind of thing, too. All right, let's see. Can I just, maybe I can just find it. Yeah, I mean, this is us, right? I think this is our group. Gotta be, right? Yeah. Request to join. I'm just gonna assume that's our group. Yep, that's our group. Same, you get the same thing as I did last season. All right, here we go. We got chapter 6 done. Yeah, man, I really want the Return to Moria game to come out. I really want to play it. I've been playing Valheim a little bit when I was sick this last week. It's really fun. I think I might try to show you guys a live stream this next week or a video or something. It's pretty cool. I definitely like it a lot. All right, there we go. The Witch King has leveled up again in style. All right, and I need to take more, oh, okay, I have to upgrade my ring to even use them. Got it. There we go. Let's take that tile. Effortless take. Can I take a 30 tile? Effortlessly? Evenly matched. All right, well, we'll do it. Try to get these tiles for stuff. Scary background. I wonder if we're like way over here yet. Are we? Let's see where we are. Nope. Did we get to here? We did. Okay. Translation error. Oh no. Oh, good. I took it no problem. Good, good, good. We'll have him take more. Alright, I'm going to take this 30 tile too. I want more food income here. So we'll just try to take all the 30 food tiles here. Low level. I do like the little battle music in the background in this game. Has nice little, makes you get into it. You're like, it's like dun dun dun. You're like, oh, all right, here we go. All right, sweet. One more, and I'll be able to do that. Oh no, we lost a lot of troops in that last fight. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna do a little speed up here. Yes, speed it up. There we go. And we want to use this. What is this? Oh, this is the book. Oh, we got a new thing about the book here? Cool. Oh, sweet. Oh, okay. Oh, this is development now. Oh, got it. The road goes ever on and on. The road goes ever on and on. Wow, dude. Okay. So, sometimes attacking is the best form. Okay, so, like, certain things you can do, you can actually earn more gems now. Very cool. That's a cool little addition. Now, is that replacing... That's probably replacing that other thing, right? Yeah, it looks like it replaced the other thing. Which was the, that little development thing normally with the paths. Basically what they did is they put it into, this. That's cool. I like it. I'm just gonna click every single one so there's no red dots. I just can't stand it when their game has, like, red, like, oh, you need to do something here. You ever do that on any game? You're like, I can't have it. It's just, no. It drives me crazy. There we go. All right, there. Now it doesn't, it'll tell me there's something new. All right. Send some warg riders over there. Alright, let's see. We still got to get my food production up more. It's not enough food production. Should probably have a path they're taking that one tile, but oh well. Yeah, okay. I'm glad it's not just me, Gandalf. It's like, guess the red dots drive me crazy. I don't, even like when it does it, like when people are talking over here, or there's like a little alert telling you about something, I'm like, stop it. Stop it. Can I just turn them off? It's like on Discord. It does it on Discord too, right? It's like, no, I don't want to know that there's someone that has to talk to me. Only if someone's directly talking to me, send something. Dang it. Alright. This is a pretty fun, nice relaxing Saturday, Friday afternoon. Tomorrow will be a fun Saturday too. Got some friends that are going to meet us for lunch a little while later today, so that'll be fun. Yeah, but there's a lot of new little changes here in Rise to War. They added a new, like, summoning, I forget what it's called, elite something. I'll do a video on it later, but basically you can summon any kind of elite unit once your team has it. I don't know if it's something that is in this. This is the Rebuilding Glory one. I'm not sure it's in this one. I will have to find out later, but speaking of that, I probably should send someone over here to, like, be rebuilding, right? First, I guess not. I mean, this isn't Rebuilding Glory. Oh, interesting. You actually get a little reward now for occupying a new location. Now, of course, we automatically get it because it's our factions. So if an enemy takes us, they get 80 gems for everybody. That's kind of cool. Now, the question is, did these give that too, or is it just capitals? Oh, of course, just capitals. They're skimping on us. Alright, we're going to put a point in that. I'm going to save my other points right now. So now I can use my other commanders. There's really no point in using the good commanders right this second until I can get some good units out. Alright, here we go. Let's see, what do I get? I get to level 5. So do that, I gotta get this level 6. I gotta get that. Okay, there we go. We'll level that up. You kind of have to do all the things pretty consistently. That's why I just follow the leveling thing. Because if you don't do them consistently, then it just, you won't get them all done. It'll be like, you can't do this one until you do this one. Alright. I like that the Witch King immediately lost all the Warg Riders. A great leader. He's just sent them out. Unleash all. And they all died. Let's see here now. What should I go for next? Can I go for a higher than level 30? Can I go for a 40 tile now? It's kind of risky. Too risky, precious. I think this is one of my buddies right here, from what I remember. All right. Witch King's taking his sweet time to go take this tile. He's like, no man can tell me where to go. I'm like, oh really? Well, I'm the commander here. I'm surprised we haven't gotten many Lord of the Rings questions, though. I mean, I appreciate the Rise to War questions, but we have time, so. Maybe we'll try it again sometime. All right, and boom, we got it. Pretty soundly, I might add. Witch King kind of destroys things early on. He's a pretty strong character. Alright, let's see. Is there another 30 we can take? There is, right here. Let's get all that food coming as fast as we can there in the game. Oh, I can actually get that going. The northern quarters. We like our quarters here. Alrighty. Middle Earth. Well, again, it's quite a nice looking risk board. I do like seeing all the colors, I must say, versus the Kings of mode. I like seeing like all the colors being things being taken. It looks like there's nobody in Lindon or Gondor. Or Mordor for that matter. Alright, we're out of energy here, so I'm going to switch all my troops to Mr. Gorbag here. Mr. Gorbag. It's like Mr. Anderson. But he's an orc. Exactly evenly matched. I believe in you. Do it, Gorbag. Get him. Alright, so again, you don't want to levy until you can get your quarters up as much as possible. See, because then you get more quarters. No, just kidding. But the quarters increase your levy amount per levy. See, I'm increasing it by 400 just with this one. And then when I increase it again. And again, this can keep charging up for another few hours, so. It would be a waste of your levies early on if you do it early. Dun dun dun. Make me a sandwich. We're not making any sandwiches here. Oh, did I lose? Oh my gosh, he just outright lost. Wow, Gorbag, you're not nearly as impressive as the Witch King. I'm sorry. That is very disappointing. We gotta look at his performance review there, Gorbag. Not a very good orc there. No indeed. Let's see, what other evil commander are we gonna try to use this season? Probably just the two. I don't really want to go into any of the other ones. Let's see, I could use Kamul. Probably, well, I mean, Gothmog. I'm gonna use Gothmog because he's usually my sieger, so I could give him let's see. He's actually surprisingly a good commander for fighting, Gothmog, if you build him right. He's not terrible. Gosh, man, I just can't find my orc commanders. I really wish they'd change those filters up a little bit. Let's see if Gothmog could just finish it off, because it was so low. Alright, there we go. I think we got Chapter 7 done. Boom, Chapter 7. The Ring of Power. Alright, look at this, how fast we're flying through these. Oh my gosh, look at that. We're almost done with the next chapter, too. So I'm going to use my ring power to speed that up. Boom. The power of the ring. Speed up powers. Alright, so there we go. Bum bum bum. There we go. Gothmog did it. Good job, Gothmog. Way to beat Elladan. Elladan. Well, whatever. Pretty much the same. Alright, well we've gone to 361 an hour. That's pretty good in like about an hour session here, even with me talking. It's cool they kind of switched that spot though for the location there. I wonder when the... Let's see. Let's check the when does... yeah, it just says fall. It's the Return of Moria online still just says fall 2023. It says the initial release date, they still haven't nailed down a release date, I guess. It kind of worries me when game companies are like being like, you know, even some of the big companies are doing that too now, right? I understand smaller companies because they're like, you know, they don't want to release a bad game, you know, with glitches. Unfortunately, we might have had that happen with another game recently. If you could be reincarnated to be just a character in Lord of the Rings, huh? Any race? Can I be any race? Obviously, you're all like, dwarf! It's like, well, yeah, probably a dwarf. But, you're saying a character, though. Like, if I was going to be an actual, like, one of the characters in the story. I think I want to be Dane Ironfoot. Probably. Like, I mean, Gimli is obviously would be a cool character to be too, because you're right in the middle of so much. But like, Dane Ironfoot is a pretty darn cool character. He does a lot of amazing things. He's actually a really wise leader. In the in the Hobbit movies, they kind of make him look like he's a little bit more brash and rash. Like he's more than the Thorin, which Thorin is more so too in the story than he is in the books, in the movie, I mean. But Dane is actually like really like level-headed and like a really good leader in the books. In fact, he is one of the dwarves that doesn't want to go back into Moria because he actually sees the Balrog from a distance, and he's like, okay, that's a dumb idea, let's not do that. And of course, but Balin really wants to go back to retake Moria, which doesn't work out so good because the Balrog's still there. But then later, we all know they in the lore do retake Moria, and in the more fan lore version from the Lord of the Rings Online, we know the Iron Garrison is part of the ones doing that, which is kind of fun. I think that's fun storytelling by the Lotro game. Lotro does a really good job with all the lore, but they've really focused very heavily on the Dwarven lore, because there's a lot of stuff kind of left open that Tolkien gives us hints around that can be really well built on, right, with the Dwarven lore. So I think they did a good job, the Lord of the Rings Online. They've done a lot of stuff too with even the retaking of Gundabad, which is something that Tolkien hints at that the dwarves probably do, but he never really gives us the full story. So Lotro kind of like dives into that. And now Lotro's going into the ending of the Fourth Age with Aragorn and Arwen and helping them reunite Gondor, which is, it's really cool. What Lotro doing is like, I feel like it's like, you know how some fan lores, you're like, you have to like read this fan lore to kind of like understand better the whole world of Lord of the Rings. Like, you don't have to, but like it helps, right? Like, there's a lot of Star Wars fan lore like that, right? Like, or stories, side stories that are like, you really need to know this story to kind of understand why this happened, but like you don't have to, but like it makes the world so much better. That's kind of Lotro for me. A lot of stuff they follow is directly from the books, but then the stuff they added is like stuff that you're like, you kind of need to know this to like expand your horizons on the world, besides just having your own imagination expand it, which is of course another thing that Tolkien wanted. He wanted to leave things vague, some things, because he wanted people to be able to build on it, probably with fan lore or our own imaginations, right? He wanted it probably in a respectful way, which is why whenever I make fan lore, chapter 9 done, I try my best to be very respectful in the way I do it. That is one of my complaints, right, with the Rings of Power, but we're not going to go into that. They made their own thing. It didn't link in with the lore at all, really. So that's how it goes. And again, I think they can do that, but they need to realize that they're doing that, right? I think that's the thing. I think they have the right to be able to do whatever they want if they got the rights to make that, use those titles and names and stuff. But they need to understand that people are going to be a little frustrated if they totally divert from the original story, and, you know, just basically all they're doing is using the names and locations of places. I think real good true fan lore, fan fiction and stuff from a series that someone else created is respecting it in a way where you can fit something in that feels believable, but at the same time is your own maybe rendition of something, but it's believable where it doesn't contradict the original person who wrote the story and the world. At least that's my feel on that. So that is my feel on that. There we go. Bum 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 bum. Well, I'm getting to that point in Rise to War when you first start where it gets it's starting getting a little bit slow. There's not really anything I could do very fast. We're just kind of moving along here. Moving along. Usually I can do a little bit more, but since I didn't start, since I'm Gundabad, not good side, I don't really have a whole lot of commanders to choose from. I can technically start using my good commanders, but they're going to have a reduction on taking tiles. So at this point, I think I might just slowly build up. Because normally I could play for 2 hours, so no problem. But in this case, I think what we're going to have to do is, since it's Gundabad, I'm going to have to chill out and just not do as much at the beginning here. I'm going to be doing stuff over the whole day, though, the next 24 hours of this buff. But I'm going to have to kind of wait for people to get their energy back to certain commanders and stuff as I do things. Alright, let's see. I could probably give Gorbag some more troops here. Let him do something. Let's see. Can we take a 30 tile somewhere here? Let's take this one, maybe. Too strong? Alright, well, what about a 15? Gorbag is not quite as strong as I remembered. Yeah, Gandalf shall not pass. I felt the same way. That was one of my big issues. I'm someone, when I watch something or look at some fan fiction or a TV show or whatever it is, I'm usually, you know me on this channel, I'm pretty positive. I'm usually glass half full on things. So definitely for me, there were parts of the Rings of Power that I really enjoyed. I had a lot of friends who really loved it. And some that were like, oh, how did you not like it? I was like, well, I didn't dislike the entire thing. It was just big core things that I didn't like. And then, and certain characters, right? Like Elrond, he was fantastic in my opinion. I felt like he felt like the Elrond we liked from the Peter Jackson version and the story. He felt good. I liked Durin. I liked the dwarves, even though I felt like there wasn't enough dwarves. But of course, I'm Zollin. Of course, there's not enough dwarves for me for the 2 episodes. But I really liked that arc they were doing with the dwarves, though. So I felt like they could have done more on that. Yeah, it was Galadriel for me, and I don't even really blame the actress. Like, I think she's is a good actress. I blame the lines that they gave her and stuff. I feel like how do you, and obviously they were trying to aim for that. They were trying to aim for like an upstart young Galadriel. Well, the problem was and I talk about this a lot, me personally, and I had a whole review thing on the Rings of Power, so we won't go into details. But the whole problem for me was the fact that, like, Galadriel isn't that much older in Rings of Power than she is in Lord of the Rings. In their minds, they're trying to make people think that this is, someone who's, 15 years old to, 70 years old. 70, right? Like this huge gap of age changing and maturing. Well, it's not. It's more like someone who's 69 years old to someone who's, like, 70 years old, right? It's like, and everyone's like, well, it's thousands of years. Yeah, but she's literally, like, I don't even know, like 80,000 years old. I don't even remember how old Galadriel is. So there really isn't like, there is a difference, but it shouldn't be that extreme. It shouldn't be like she's an upstart, like, teenager, right? Which, and again, I know they're trying to, like, do it for different crowds and stuff and things like that, but I just felt like, me personally, that was a little rough for me. And I mean, that's what it sounds like you were saying too. Like the Galadriel character, that was kind of like, was rough. And unfortunately, the stuff they did became memes, right? Like, that's hard too. If anything becomes a meme like that bad, like, we know there's memes. Like, Boromir's got memes from Lord of the Rings, right? Like, one does not simply walk into Mordor, right? Like, there are memes from those characters, right, from Lord of the Rings. But yet those characters are all still, like, well-loved. The movie character version. I'm not talking about the books. The books are all well-loved. We know that. I'm talking about the movies, right? Peter Jackson. But the problem is, like, with Galadriel, there was a lot of memes that happened. And it wasn't just because people were trying to be mean about it. It was literally things that were funny, right? Like the swimming thing. Like, how did they not realize that was super unrealistic to swim across the ocean, right? That was a weird one. Okay, that's one. That, of course, that's going to become a meme. And then, like, you know, she's like super, super rude to the Queen of Numenor, right? By the way, the Queen of Numenor, she was actually a really good actress. I really like that whole. I thought she did a good job. Again, I could nitpick things that I didn't like about it, that character, but that's not important. But it's like, yeah, it was like, she's like so rude to her. It's like that never happened in the stories. The elves and Numenors were like, they had some things, but like they got along. And there wasn't like this weird thing where like Numenors thought the elves were going to take their jobs or something. Like that was a weird little, honestly, I think that was a weird little political thing that they tried to push into the Rings of Power right there, personally, that had nothing to do with the actual story and what was happening. There was actually more of a jealousy in the original story between the elves having immortality and the Numenorians not having it, and Sauron plays on that, okay? He plays on that lust and wanting of immortality, even though technically to Iluvatar is saying being immortal is a gift, right? So anyway, there's a whole, like, philosophical thing there that Tolkien put in that story, and that kind of is totally brushed over in the Rings of Power. And I think that's what a lot of people got frustrated with. Is that fair? Is that a fair assessment? I got a little frustrated at that. I just felt like it's like at a certain point, like if you're gonna put something in like a political message or any kind of like message in a thing that has some hints at what's happening in that moment of that TV show or movie being made, which are probably valid things, right? Depending on wherever you are politically. We're going to talk about politics. It's kind of weird to me that they would work that in to be like in the story. If you want to do that, make a separate story that has nothing to do with a certain fantasy world, right? Don't try to like take the modern times and shove it into a fantasy world that's been around for 100 years that has its core values and story points, right? It's like, if you want to do that, make your own fantasy that talks about that and then incorporate it. Because usually when you do that, it works better, right? When you try to like shove it into a story that doesn't have it, just because of put a point, it makes it worse. Anyway, that's all I'll say on that. But what do you guys think? I think that's important. I think that's important to think about when you're making stories. And again, I'm people could do whatever they want, right? Whoever's the movie maker or TV show or whatever, that kind of thing. But they don't need to be like taken aback when people are upset about something, right? Because it's like, well, you did that, so of course people are going to be frustrated with you. You're taking something that wasn't in the original story and trying to put it in there. It's just a simple storytelling thing, honestly. It has nothing to do, honestly, when it comes down to it, it has nothing to do with even anything going on with politics or anything in the world. It's just the fact that, like, storytelling matters, right? It matters what you do in a story. It's important. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the whole point of fantasy, is to skip. Yeah, I agree with you what you're saying there. It says the whole point of fantasy, in my opinion, is to escape real life, right now, right? That is the point. It's supposed to, yeah. And the thing is, too, even if someone disagrees with that and they don't have the same view as we do on that, go make a fantasy that does that, right? But don't take a fantasy that we all love that purposely is trying to get you out of reality and put it in, right? I think that's where the fine line I'm trying to say, too, is like, they need to like realize they don't put it into something that's already made. If they really want to make a fantasy that does talk about today, but it's a fantasy series, so it's not quite real, but it's fantasy, but it has all the messages of what's going on in real life, make your own. Don't take something that's been around for 100 years, like the Middle Earth, or Rings of Power for this case, and try to put it in there, right? Because again, the people who like Lord of the Rings, we like it because it's an escape from what we have to deal with in real life. Right? And then it doesn't mean that Middle Earth doesn't have philosophical things that Tolkien talks about and covers. It's like really has a lot of philosophical things throughout the story, right? But it's like deeper things. It's not these like surface issues that will probably be here for 5 years in reality and be gone in the next few years, right? Like you see issues in life come up and down, right? Throughout history, you can see it, right? Things happen because of them. up, down, right? It's just life. That's how things work, right? People talk about things, people get upset about things, people think resolve things, right? That's kind of how it goes. But like, it definitely seems like that happens. Tolkien goes deeper. He goes on the deeper message. He talks about the things that are like underlying all history, right? Good and evil, grays and blacks, right? Like and whites, like what's good, what's evil, what's, you know, Tolkien, like, he goes a little deeper, which I know that Christopher Tolkien talks about that too, that his father's work is really like, you know, I read something that he said he didn't really like how it's become like almost pop culture, Lord of the Rings. He likes it because he thinks his father's work is more of a philosophical, you know, writing too, you know, which I can understand that. I think it's great that it's become pop culture because we all love Lord of the Rings so much. I love it that it's mainstream, but I think that it's hard because like you don't want to lose what Tolkien wrote and what we all love, right? That little core spark by becoming too politicized in other ways. I guess is the right term. But yeah, I still think like there were good things too. So like to my friends who like the Rings of Power too, again, there are parts I liked. I'm that person too that I do not just throw the whole thing out with like, if there's something I really dislike, I point out the thing I really dislike, and I also point the things that I like. A lot of people when they watch movies, if they see one thing they dislike, the whole movie's bad for them. And that's how a lot of people think about a lot of things in life. I don't like doing that. Like, again, that's something like lumping people together even. You know, you have one bad experience from one person in one group of people in the world. And then suddenly, like, in your mind, you have to be careful not to just lump that whole group of people into your mind from one person's experiences you had, one interaction you had. Like, I try really hard not to do that. Every human does it. It's kind of like a bias we just do. It's almost to protect ourselves, right? So if something bad happens to us, we're like, oh, well, we better be wary of, you know, that. And it's not something bad. It's not us being, no one's being racist, right? Like, that's not it. It's just like, we just do it out of self-preservation, pretty much. And I think with something hard, we have to remember, like, every single person's actions matter, right? Every group of people, like, every person matters, right? What they choose. So, like, I always try to keep an open mind no matter what group of people or what whoever it is in the world, you know, or country or whatever grouping of people you want to put, people, culture, grouping, whatever happens. If you have one interaction with one person that might be bad, look for the goods. You might have an interaction from that country, another person from that country, and it's really good, right? But like, it's good to remember to judge each individual on their own merit. Don't have one interaction with one and then judge everybody. It's hard not to, though. Honestly, like, I'm not trying to judge people for judging, because it's hard not to do that. I mean, yeah, obviously. And again, I had nothing wrong with making Galadriel the main character. I just had the problem with how they made her attitude in the series. I just didn't like the attitude. I wanted the regal Galadriel, because she never was. There was no time when Tolkien wrote about her, even when she was young, that she was had like issues, right? Like being like upstart and not listening, and like she was pretty much a amazing person from the start. Obviously, she didn't have as much experience, I'm sure, as at the start as she did later, but she's pretty much awesome in that area. So to kind of take the exact opposite for her character was weird. I think that's why a lot of people were like, what? Why is she doing this? You know, like, I think a lot of people thought too it would change in the first few episodes. That was me personally. I thought after the first 2 or 3 episodes of her obsession with Sauron that I was like, okay, well, maybe after 3 or 4 episodes she'll be like, okay, I gotta stop, right? Boy, was I wrong with that one. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was just talking to Elbin we were just talking about like how things became memes, right? And that happens. Like Boromir in The Lord of the Rings became a meme in many ways, but yet his character still loved from the movie version, right? Still loved. We still love Boromir. Even though, like, you know, one does not simply walk into Mordor, right? With his like head. there's lots of memes that happen. Aragorn has a bunch of memes. Sam and Frodo do. That's great, right? Those are fine. It's when the memes become so bad because a character, you know, you just leave it wide open and there's nothing really lovable. You gotta make a character relatable sometimes too, and lovable, right? And I felt like the Galadriel in Rings of Power wasn't really super relatable to most people. Like with that, like everyone has frustration and obsession, but how many people are gonna admit they're like the Galadriel in Rings of Power? I don't think anyone would, honestly. And I really don't think there's probably like almost any real people in real life that are like that, right? Everyone's gonna have obsessions, everyone's gonna have stuff, but they're still gonna have other sides of them, right? It was a very, very linear perspective. Like there was no other side of her they really showed until they had her talk to the boy, right? The boy character, the little kid, and she's talking. That was like a whole nother side of her finally, but that was like 6 episodes in, and by then people are already like frustrated, right? Like that was actually a good conversation in this story for me, but yeah. Anyway, there we go. We broke some of that down. Gimli's awesome. So someone asked me, you were asking me about what character you want to be. I think if you're reincarnated as a character in Lord of the Rings, it would probably be like Dane Ironfoot. If not Dane, Elrond would be amazing, right? That would be really kind of fun. I think I would definitely want to be a dwarf or an elf. Just because dwarves for me are like, I love how the dwarf culture is, and they're really happy, and they're like, you know, and about family and life, and, you know, digging deeper and deeper, you know, and they love like creating things. I love that stuff too. So, but again, I really wouldn't mind being any of the races in Lord of the Rings, right? I actually love them all. And I think it's neat that Tolkien shows that they all have different sides, right? Every race has a different side, and they're the goods and bads kind of thing. It's so funny. I was watching the Witcher, the newest season, which actually that series has been pretty good. I don't know how season 4 will be. We'll see. The end of season 3 was fine, but then I was like, with where they were going with it, and we're gonna lose obviously Henry Cavill, but I was realizing how evil the elves are in the Witcher series. I was like, these guys are not very nice. These guys got issues. And I know people are like, oh, well, the humans did all these horrible things to them too. I'm like, yeah, but at least the way they portray them in the TV show. I'm sure the video game does a better job. I've never really played the Witcher video game very much, just because through high school it has a lot of inappropriate stuff in it, so I didn't really have the inkling to want to play it, and I don't really like horror things. It's not really like horror, the game, now that I'm older, and I realize it's not really like that, but I thought it was kind of gross finding those kind of goopy monster things. I'll stick with just the gross orcs and Peter Jackson's. Hey, hello, what's up? How are you doing, Emily? Yeah. Yeah, but you know what I am excited about? Henry Cavill doing a Warhammer 40K. That would be cool. Now, a little bit worried that I think Amazon's funding it, but if Henry Cavill is the one directing it, that makes me excited. Oh, wow. First 2 days of works. Yeah, Warhammer, that'll be pretty cool. I don't know if you guys have ever played the game Deathwing, Hulk something. It's a Warhammer game, but it's pretty fun. It's a real simple game. It's like a shooter game, and it's like a survival game with your friends. But like you have to like do missions and like get through ships of like full of them. Are they Tyranids? No, is that the wrong? Is that the wrong world? Right, wrong universe? Am I saying the right thing? Anyway, yeah, fighting the Space Marines. It's Tyranids, right? That's from Warhammer. 40K, whatever. Alright, anyway, we are pretty much at the point here in this game where I can't go any farther right now. So guys, tomorrow too, we're going to do a stream, and we're going to do some stuff with the Kinships. So if you guys want to hang out, I will schedule that stream probably here when we're finished with this one. I'm going to just upgrade these. But yeah, anyway, that was fun. Anyone got any more Lord of the Rings questions that aren't related to Rings of Power, though? Or Rise to War? The whole thing I was thinking today, just hang out, was just to do Lord of the Rings commentary on the stories. But we talked about Tolkien a little bit with stuff. Like, I think his writings should be held on par with. Again, I know that our Tolkien's writings have become kind of more like pop culture, right? Like fantasy, up there with like Harry Potter and Star Wars and stuff. But I really think too, we have to remember Lord of the Rings and Tolkien's writings have a more philosophical aspect to them too. Like, I'm sure you could find that in Harry Potter and Star Wars too, because again, I'm a big fan of all of those genres, and I think they kind of all are in the same. They've all kind of grown in that same, the last 20, 30 years of being popular, right? Because they're just such good stories, right? The originals, at least. But I think the Lord of the Rings is more on the philosophical side of being, really should be held up there, It should be up there with original writings. I mean, what Tolkien said, one of his reasons of writing the Lord of the Rings was literally so that he could basically give Britannia, England and stuff, their own mythology, right? Because he felt like there was Norse mythology, the Greeks had their mythology, all these like stories like that are almost like, have this sense of like biblical proportions, right? Because Tolkien obviously was, Roman Catholic, so he wanted to put that into a story too, but he wanted to make it a fantasy story that everyone could enjoy all around the world, but like that it was from his culture, right? Kind of. And of course, there are things that were already in, the English, Scottish, Welsh, Irish, all the peoples of Britannia and, France, all those areas. There was already mythology and culture there, but he wanted a story a really awesome one that he would write too. And I think he did it. I think that Lord of the Rings is big enough that it is right up there alongside with Norse mythologies and Greek and all that kind of stuff, and really good stories. And it has more philosophical meanings behind the stories too. And it's like some core things down there that you're learning about humans and the goods and evils of the world. And there's some things that are just good and some things that are just evil. And then there's some, gray in the middle there. Like, I think Tolkien did a really good job on the storytelling there. Which is why we have to be careful, like, to remember that even though it's in pop culture and, like, we have all these wonderful video games and fun things, that, like, I think it has a little bit more deep meaning there, too. Tolkien gave us Gimli. Yeah, that's about sums it up right there. And then we were blessed enough to have John Rhys Davis do embody Gimli for us for Peter Jackson's and other story things. So, really, what an amazing actor. I've always liked his actor too. I remember watching his actor in The Prince. No, that's not it. That's not the right one. What was that show? Oh gosh, I can't even remember now. He was like the bodyguard in that show from the 2000s with what's her name? It's the same actress who did Mary Poppins. It was the one where that girl like gets pulled out of the city and she goes to that because she's actually a princess, right, of that little tiny country of oh gosh, I can't even think of the name right now. Anyway, he was in that movie and I loved him in that movie when I was a kid. I always thought he was such a cool character. My sister used to watch it all the time, so I'd always get stuck watching that show. And I've seen him in some other things too before Peter Jackson's. And then when I saw him as Gimli, dude, it was just like, it was forever. Yeah, true. Yeah, he's a pretty awesome actor. There's some actors that I have a lot of respect for. Of course, there's most actors I have lots of respect for. But, just being in front of people a lot, which I guess technically now being a YouTuber, I'm going to be doing that too. But I feel like acting is like, there's different kinds of acting, right? There's acting like just being in front of people. Like I do performances with music, so that's a different kind. And then there's YouTube, being in front of people. And then there's like actors that are like on a set with a huge company, right? That's the kind of actors I'm thinking of, right? More like a TV show, movie, business. I have some friends who are actors, but living in Southern California, obviously. He does a good audio dramas. He does. He's really good reader. Yes, that is true. The Gimli, John Reed. Yeah, very, very cool. Yeah, he's pretty awesome. So I have a lot of respect for him, and also Alan Rickman, R.I.P. I'm so sad that he passed away, but he was such a cool actor who did Snape and so many other things. Very, very cool. Yes. All right, now I'm curious, you guys. Tell me if ads pop up. It's warning me about something. I'm curious how YouTube does that. Wait a second. Princess Diaries. That's it, Elvin. Yep, that's it. Princess Diaries. That is it. That's the show I was thinking of. That is it. There's so many shows like that because there's like Ella Enchanted and, Princess Diaries and Princess Bride, right? There's so many old shows like that from the like 90s, 2000s and stuff. People were really into those shows for a while. What's Temu? So did you guys know this? Did you guys know this? I'll let you guys know this because I heard this from another thing I was listening to about. But with ads, so a lot of times on YouTube, if you skip ads, they'll keep giving you those same ads until you watch it all the way through. And also, do you know that watching an ad all the way through does actually help the channel in that way? Because if you skip too many ads, the algorithm starts saying that, oh, people don't really want this content. So they like, it starts not recommending the videos. Isn't that weird? That's what I was learning about. I don't even know what Temu is. What is it? So put an ad on. I was curious what it did for the ads. Because it's like doing automatic ads. Yeah, exactly. It's really weird. So basically what happens is, so if you guys ever, if you want to do this, again, you want to skip the ad, you guys. That's how it goes, right? I would do the same thing. I want you guys to be enjoying yourselves. But basically how it works is, if enough people are skipping the ads all the time, it recommends videos and streams less, apparently. That's what because, YouTube's like, oh, well, the algorithm's like, they're skipping ads, so I'm not going to recommend this video to them again. It's like, what? Why would it work like that? Obviously, ads are going to be skipped. That should not be how YouTube does it. But, so, again, I know we talked about in the past, but watch time matters. Obviously, liking the video, commenting. So if you're skipping ads, just don't forget to like the video. That'll help. Whatever. And occasionally, if it's a 30-second ad and you want to watch it to support the video, it does support the video in that way. So, because that's basically how YouTube pays me monetization, right? So when you guys watch an ad, basically they give me 70% of whatever the earnings are from that ad, and they take the other 30 or whatever it is, or I don't know if it's vice versa. I think they give the creator 70, but it's such a small bit, it like adds up really slow, obviously, but that's how it works. Oh, you can buy cheap products. Interesting. Is it like a Chinese Amazon? No, or is it worse? Oh, is it like that app? Is it that app? I think I've seen an app that's like that where you can buy really cheap things. Yeah, it's a little weird. So anyway, but those are all ways. So again, comment, like the video, sharing videos, watch time, obviously the view, and then during things if there is an ad, if you leave the 30-second ad on, it actually does give me some of the money too. Obviously, it's giving it to YouTube as well, but if you skip it, it definitely does reduce that amount. So it's a cheap Amazon knockoff. Okay, that makes sense. The Temu. All right. I just found that out though. I was listening to a guy, a bigger, much larger YouTuber, who was talking about that the other day, who has like 200,000 subscribers. He was talking about those kind of things that like a lot of people don't realize. I didn't even know that. I mean, I'm a YouTuber. I didn't even know that information. I was like, oh, okay. But again, I'm not going to ask you guys to like watch every ad. It's like, if you can, if you want to, sweet, awesome. It does help support me that way. But if you want to skip the ad. Like, I'm not going to tell you guys to watch the ads, because I'm going to skip ads when I'm watching videos. So it's just how it goes, right? It'll work out. As long as you guys are leaving comments and liking the videos, that really helps so much anyway. That'll counter whatever that weird little whatever is. But apparently that's a new thing that YouTube's been doing in the last year or two. Pretty much since I've been doing my channel. But the guy was saying a lot of channels have died because of it, because people skip ads so much that it like drops people's views to the ground. It's like, I don't know how much that really does affect it. This was the guy's opinion from what he's heard with other people. So like, don't freak out about that too much. Feel free to skip the ad if you want to skip the ad, guys. But anyway, that's just a little information that I thought I'd let you guys know that I learned the other day too. So I don't know. I think if people were just a little more real, like YouTubers, and just told people things like this is how this works. And like, you know, yes, watch time matters, but I guess apparently watching the ads occasionally also does matter. And apparently YouTube will stop giving you the same ad over and over if you watch it. I don't know. You guys can experiment yourselves with that. If you actually finish an ad 30 seconds all the way through, it'll give you some other thing or something, or it'll stop giving you that same thing over and over and over and over. But I guess that's how that works from what I learned. Anyway, we got any Lord of the Rings questions? I'm gonna probably have to get going here in a minute because we're gonna meet some friends for lunch, so. And they offered to buy us lunch. Can't miss. We helped him out with some stuff recently, so. Oh, thanks, Gandalf Shell that pass. He says, I'll watch some ads for you. I appreciate it. Yeah, so it's kind of annoying. It's a really silly. It's like it's almost counterintuitive, right? I feel like if an ad pops up and you skip it, you should still, no matter what. I don't know how that works, but you know, if you watch 1 out of 4 or something, skip the other ones. Watch 1. That would help, probably. Nice. I'm glad you came on too, guys. Anyway, we're gonna play some Lord of the Rings online tomorrow, though. I also want to show you guys Valheim. I built a house in Valheim. It's pretty cool. I'm pretty proud of it. It's kind of like a little bit. I think it's gonna be a little bit like Return to Moria game, Valheim. I'm hoping Return to Moria will be as fun as I'm having with Valheim this last week when I was sick. I was playing it. It's a really fun game. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm saying a lot. I gotta stop saying It's usually when I'm tired I say that. Anyway, my friends, thank you so much for joining me, and I'm gonna try to make a lot more videos this next week. I'm a little under the weather still, but I'm getting there. You can hear it in my voice, but I'm getting there. So my voice gets really tired though, so can't overuse it. But you guys have a great and wonderful day, Miller. Thanks for hanging out, for talking about Lord of the Rings stuff, and starting my new Rise to War season. We're gonna take it slow this season, but again, tomorrow we'll do some Lotro. Go click that reminder button. I'm gonna post it real quick here for tomorrow's stream. So I think we'll do the morning time Pacific. So if you're East Coast, afternoon. Barukazar Kuzar, I menu. And if you're in Europe, it'll be the evening. I'll see you then, guys. My Australian friends, you guys can do the math. A little glitchy there. I got a little freeze. Hold on here. What's going on? What is going on? Oh, there we go. Thanks to my Patreons, too. Subscribe button. Oh! I guess I disconnected. Well, have a great day. And Miller, thank you to my Patreons. Again, repeat that, because I think I disconnected for a second there. Thank you guys for watching. You're all the best. Menu, and I'll see you all in the next episodes of Voice of the Rings, my friends. Stay happy, and I'll see you tomorrow. Go click that alert I'll have for a live stream there on the we'll be playing some Lotro tomorrow. So if you want to play Lotro with us, we're on CrickHollow, the server. See you then.